I'm really excited, honestly. Having a group of guys and a group of people around me makes it a lot easier. From the players, the staff, the organization in general, you guys, everybody. I feel like it just makes it a lot easier having good people around you.
Um, what?
But just y'all in general, not the media,
Oh, okay.
but just like the people, not the.
Very effort. How how um how much of a breath of fresh air was it to go into an environment where they are prioritizing giving developing them and having them play and discover their strengths and their weaknesses?
Yeah, no, I definitely think that's a really good thing for me and just in general for the organization working with talented young players to the fact that they have like their best interests and they want to help all of us, reach our full, potential and like they're very player first organization. So yeah.
What's something that you learned from a veteran player here?
Um, Probably just about the little things like the details of just everything and for just your focus for the game and how having that at a high level can make you become the player that you want to be. So.
And what have you learned about what it requires to be effective at driving off the dribble and utilizing your natural traits?
I would say just I guess getting your defender to move, shift side to side, but or sometimes you just go I like usually go right past them. Honestly, like if they're in front of you, just make that. Just go by them. But sometimes there's great defenders in this league, so I feel like being able to move side to side or get the defense to shift, and just being like your awareness of knowing like where the help side is on the court, like knowing what spots they're in when you're driving, so you can like make that decision or either finish at the rim or kick out to the three or to the big or something like that. So yeah.
AJ, when you look at the way your rookie season started in Milwaukee to where you end up now here, looking back at the conversations that Chris might have had with you at training camp and then both getting traded together, what if, did he give any kind of comfort in that move, especially when you get moved as a rookie, you kind of don't know what to expect?
Yeah, no, he definitely did. Just the fact that I got drafted there with him and then being traded with him, I definitely he's definitely been there to like have my back and like tell me um what it is and what it's not. Just be there for me in general, which is anything that I need. So he was doing that on Milwaukee and he was doing that as soon as the trade happened. So it's been good having him for sure.
A lot of talk this season when you were acquired was played under a total of 50 minutes in your time in Milwaukee just
Yeah.
because of the rotation.
Yeah.
And you get here and immediately the minutes skyrocket. You learn everything on the fly. What was the biggest thing that you learned about yourself in this entire situation from trying to crack the rotation, not being able to, and then immediately getting thrust into the rotation and then finishing your season playing literally every minute of the game last night?
Yeah, no, that's definitely crazy. I would definitely say I've learned that I'm pretty adaptable, being able to like adapt in different environments on the fly when I don't even expect it. Like it even goes from like when I was a senior and me decommitted from Texas and choosing to go to Australia and play pro. Like that was a totally different thing for me. But just me being able to adapt in a situation like that too. So I just feel like I definitely learned to just being able to adapt.
AJ, are you happy with how your rookie season went? Why or why not?
Yeah, no, I'm definitely happy. It's a blessing for me to be in the NBA in general, make my dream come true. Something I've been wanting to do since I was like 7 years old, and the fact that I'm, on a good team like I am on, and I'm just playing, I'm alive and I'm healthy. Definitely no complaints for sure.
What do you think went well for you in your best games and not so well for you in games you weren't as good in?
I feel like being aggressive and going out there and just playing free, even like when I don't. Sometimes like if I'm not all the way familiar when I first got here with the plays and stuff like that or the players, just going out there and just being aggressive, and being myself. I feel like those are the games where I were having my best games, and the times I feel like where I was trying to like maybe overcomplicate the offense or try to be too like just overcomplicated in general. Or I feel like those are the times where I didn't play as high as my best games were. But overall, I feel like I got better after every game, like just of understanding, regardless of good and the bad ones.
Who were some of the hardest opponents you went up against?
I would probably say I feel like the Celtics. They were a good team. I only played them once when I was with the Wizards, but they were definitely a good team. I played. Pacers. They were a good team. Yeah. It was just curious to see how every team had their own like individual like what they do. Like some teams are more physical than others and stuff like that. But yeah.
How do you intend to approach the off season, and what areas are you going to focus on?
Honestly, I'm just gonna work my hardest in every category that I can, but especially like on my body and just like the details of the game in general. Just watching film and just trying to really study the game. Working on my game, every part of my game, and just taking care of my body and of course working on my body.
How does a young person go about trying to, when you talk about working on your body, are you referring to gaining strength or weight or both?
Yeah, both. Both for sure.
And how does a young person go about doing it?
I mean, definitely putting in the work in the weight room, and how you eat for sure is very important as well. So I'm gonna just do both of those things as much as I can, and of course what the organization has for me doing. Yeah, just gonna.
Hey, AJ, you mentioned your adaptability. On the flip side of that, hopefully this offseason is one where you won't have to adapt. You're not going to go to another league. You're going to stay here in DC. How helpful do you think that will be for your development, not having to make a transition like that?
Yeah, I feel like that's going to be really good for my development, because like I've been so used to like having to be in another place every year and just having to like also get better but also adjust to where I'm at the same time. So now the fact that I'm just going somewhere familiar and just now I just have to focus on just getting better, I feel like it's going to be a lot easier.
Do you think that could maybe unlock a level of your game that we haven't seen yet, just because up until now in your career you have had to go to different places, so now that you're in one place it could take you to another level?
Yeah, 100% for sure.
Are you going to stay in DC for the off season, you think, or go back?
Yeah, I'm gonna be back and forth a lot.
Okay.
But mostly DC.
Back and forth from where?
Los Angeles probably to just California and DC.
When you look at your on-court game, where are the 2 to 3 areas where the organization wants you to focus on this offseason?
On on-court game?
Yeah.
Really every area they do. Like they see that I can pretty much be able to do everything. They want me to be able to do everything at a high level. So I feel like every category in my game.
AJ, you talked about how Chris has helped you in your transition to DC. Can you speak about the vet group as a collective and how they've helped you since you've been here?
Yeah, no, I definitely think the vets that we have for our team are really good. All the way down like Chris, Marcus, even having Poole, the experience that they have, just seeing that they've done it, at a really high level, and they, pretty much know. Just being able to, soak up information from them, or just having them to help us during the process has been like really good for us, or for me too, in general, all of us.
What did you learn about the Wizards culture in the half season that you spent here?
I would say that they're really, player first, like I said, but also like really big on just attention to detail and just habits with just everybody, just of what they do every day, and like really making it a lifestyle. But yeah.
How did your perception of the Wizards before you came here and the reality of what the Wizards were like when you were here, how did they compare?
I mean, before I came here, I just noticed that they were like a really young group, but that were really talented and stuff like that. And when I came here, that's what I seen too. And then I just seen that they were all like, they all believed in each other and they believed in themselves a lot. Despite what the season looked like or however the games went. So yeah.
What was the connection between the 4 rookies like? What was it like for you coming in mid-season and joining a group of 3?
Yeah, no, I feel like it was honestly really cool. Like to have like 3 other rookies on the same team as me, but it's just like it's actually just crazy, because the fact that I was on another team that was a veteran team and I was only with 1 rookie, and I'm going to another team. But the fact that I knew them already, you know, before the draft, I feel like it's made it a lot easier to just, you know, mesh with the team.
AJ, on the court, your role, what would you say your preferred position and your preferred role are? Do you like playing on the ball and orchestrating the offense, or do you like being more of a cutter?
Yeah, no, I like prefer on the ball, but I want to be able to do everything. So I want to be able to play off the ball as well. But I definitely prefer being on the ball.
Has the coaching staff communicated with you about what your role will be in terms of on ball, off ball going
Yeah,
forward?
no, this hasn't been like a direct communication, but they definitely I play both. I've been playing back and forth with both, so I feel like they know that I can do both.
Is that going to impact your regimen over the offseason, working on your ball handling, working on your on-ball skills then, if that's what you prefer and what the coaching staff prefers?
I mean, yeah, I mean that's something I've been working on my whole life. I've been a point guard my whole life. Like in high school and stuff, I was like more of on the smaller side with size, so I was forced to being a point guard. So that's all I know is really being on the ball. If anything, like I'm working on being off the ball, you know. So, but both of them I'm gonna work my hardest for sure.
AJ, in terms of your game, what do you think you have to do to improve on 3-point shooting in general? Is it anything with your form or just reps and getting more shots up?
Yeah, I think it's definitely just reps. You know, form shooting for sure, reps, and just probably like even getting my base even stronger. You know, that'll help me be able to even get lower on the court. You know, when I play in general, but even help me get into my jump shot better too. So I just feel like, yeah, every area, weights to reps.